I am Jason Hoagland. I am a senior in high school, and I play mainly offensive line, but I also play defensive line a lot as well.
My name is Jason Hoagland, and I work at Raising Cane's, which is better than Chick-fil-A, Balmer.
Jason, what does it mean to you to be an Avon Eagle?
It means that you are part of an organization. You are one part of a moving team. The team is a big thing, and you're only one part of it. You can't make every single play. You are not the main person on the team. No one's a main person on the team. Nolan got hurt last year, yet the team still moved on without him and nearly beat Hoban. Everyone's important, but it's not one person is a star player. You are part of a bigger thing. Everyone has their role, and you have to contribute to your role for the team to win.
Go back to day one when you joined this program, however old you were. Everything you've experienced and everything you've learned, how much has it changed you as a person?
It's changed me a lot because, not trying to brag, but in school, I was always top of the class. I was always high in academics, and it shows me that in football, I started out as a freshman. I was way behind everyone else because everyone else has been playing through middle school and then got to freshman and then started playing. I was way behind starting then, and I had to work hard to actually start improving and to now becoming a backup. I have to work really hard at being that, so it teaches me good work ethic.
What's it like on a Friday night when you come out of this great locker room and you touch the rock and you go through the tunnel out into that atmosphere?
It's a wonderful experience, especially with everyone being able to cheer you on, especially against big games like our rivals. Everyone shows up for that. You're running out and it's everyone's celebrating you. It's awe-inspiring experience.
You guys do some crazy things. Early morning lifts, 2-a-days, dirty dozens. Pretend I knew nothing about that. How would you describe that to me?
You have to have a lot of trust in the program. You have to have a lot of good. You have to have good work ethic. You have to have you have to work really hard to become this. It's not gonna lie, brutal. Sometimes you have to wake up at 5:30 to be there at 6. Sometimes you have to be there even earlier than that. You have 2-a-days starting at 6 a.m. ending at 1:30 p.m. and then you're exhausted afterwards. You have to have a lot of pride in the program. You have to love football, and you're willing to do all of that to play football, especially as an Avon Eagle.
What separates this program from other teams in the state?
I'm going to say the coaching, because we have really great coaches. Our coaches are, I would say, the best in the state, because unlike Hoban or other Walsh, St. Ed's, they recruit good players. Our coaches build the players from the ground up. We don't just recruit. We don't recruit players, so it's not we just recruit every good player and then put them on the team. We build them starting from middle school and high school to being great football players. So coaching is definitely one of the best things about Avon.
One thing I've heard from your teammates about you is you are probably the smartest person they've ever met in school and on the football field. They say you are reading the signs of the other teams before it happens. What's going on in your mind?
I'm just really good at pattern recognition. I'm just able to notice certain signals, and they run it with a certain play, and I'm able to correlate those. I'm more of a pattern recognition guy, so math, science, those are where I'm a lot better at. English, I would say I'm definitely not top of the class in that, but I'm good at putting things together. I see certain signals, I see certain plays, and I'm able to just connect them, and it's a little more difficult for other players to do that. So it's they're able to rely on me. I'm a trustworthy guy to be able to do that, and it gives me a good role on the team. While I'm a backup, I'm on the sideline. It gives me still a way to be incorporated with the team, still help the team out.
Play with some incredible players on all sides of the ball. You ever sometimes just sit back on the sidelines in awe as a fan?
Sometimes you're holy cow, for example, Max Houck is just completely dominating their offensive line, and other times you're did we just pancake 3 guys on one play? And this is just what our team's and it's crazy to think about, even when we're blowing out some of our opponents, we put our JV players in, and they're still able to hold their own against the other varsity squads. So it's knowing that I'm as good as some people's varsity squad and that our varsity squad is significantly above us is so, like, you're just like, wow.
You guys have had some lofty goals. 2 of the 3 have been met. You beat Lake, you won conference, now state is the next one. How attainable is that?
I think it's very attainable. We have an outstanding defense. We have, like, most of our defensive players were starters last year and came into this year already having, like, last year is a big experience. Nolan's returning, Matt Maxey's returning, Cole Kepner's returning. So it's like we have a lot of players that returned from last year that are playing this year. So I think it is very attainable as long as we work hard, keep practicing well, and most importantly, stay healthy. It is certainly obtainable for us.
What would that be like to win the last game your senior year?
Oh, that would be incredible. We haven't gone all the way yet. We were just short of it multiple times, but it would be a great way to end senior year for all of these great seniors, all of these people that I've worked with for me 4 years. For many of these other people, they've started in, like, middle school and even, like, flag football in elementary school. They've been working with these guys for, like, 10 years at this point. It would be amazing to be able to win that with our brothers.
Jason Hoagland, high effort, high energy guy. Nobody works harder or has more of a motor than Jason Hoagland. We always shout out players at the end of practice, and I think Jason Hoagland's name over the past 3 years has probably been mentioned more than anybody, and it's because of his effort. Like, he is a to the echo of the whistle guy, never takes a play off, hustles everywhere he goes, and then that stuff becomes contagious. So he has really had an impact on our team because he shows kids how to play hard and to play with great effort.
Is he almost kind of like a extra coach for you out there?
He knows football, man. That guy brings a lot of things to the table for us. He definitely is like having an extra coach. He knows our offense and our defense inside and out. He understands the game of football. He's certainly valuable to our young guys.
Very smart. One of the smartest people I think I know. Like, he knows everything, knows what to do for offense and defense. Like, he's one of the smartest players I think on this team.
Hoagie is a fun dude. He gives a lot of effort all the time, even when sometimes you're not supposed to. He is 110% all the time.
He has good energy, and he knows when we went to play Maslin or whatever, he knew their plays. He knew every single play. He was like, oh, it's double right, blah blah blah, or whatever, and you just screaming it to the coaches, and everyone's just laughing, tell him Hoagie, he just knew everything.
I've heard he's super smart.
He's a genius.
Hoagie is a very, very smart individual, and he's kind of a funny guy. He's one of those guys that's always going to be on the scout team. He's always going to give you a look, no matter how much you like it or not. He's incredibly smart. It's unbelievable. He will figure something out. He will figure out a tell like that. It's like that. It's unbelievable. He's very, very smart.
Hoagie, that's the first thing that came to my mind is smart. That dude is a genius. I heard stuff about him in school. It's he'll show up in class and won't study for a test and just ace it while everybody's struggling and stuff. It's crazy. That is crazy smart. He's a genius.
I would say smart, actually. A film junkie. That's a perfect word for him. Hoagie is a film junkie. On Friday nights, you'd see him behind the coaches, the other team's making all these calls. He's calling out the plays. They're tapping their butt. He's like, Coach, it's 10, it's 10. He's a film junkie, 100%.
Very smart. Hoagie is very smart, I feel like. I think it was last year, he memorized all the play calls for Hogan's offense or something like that, one of the teams in the playoffs. He watched film enough to memorize the play calls. It's crazy. He would call out run or pass. It was wild.
Just from the formation?
Yeah, just from the play, the signs,
and
the signals from the sideline. He's very smart. And he's a genuine dude. Hoagie's a genuine dude.
He's quiet, but he's assignment sound on the football field. He knows what he's doing. If he gets his chance, he could play on a Friday night, and he has good spirits with him.
If Hollywood made a movie about Jason Hoagland, who would star as Hoagie?
That is a good question. I don't really have a great answer for that. It'd have to be someone unique, because I'm a unique person. It'd have to be someone that's able to, as good, just pattern recognition abilities, kind of like mine. You have to be able to, if anything, fake like you're smart to be able to play it. I don't have a specific person in mind though.
You know one that just came to mind for me was Russell Crowe. You ever seen the movie Beautiful Mind?
I have not. I've not watched a lot of movies, so.
But I think he and you are on the same wavelength there, the way that movie went.
I'll have to watch that.
If you were pizza, what toppings would be on you that best describe you?
It'd have to be like, kind of like toppings that people wouldn't necessarily say, like when you think of a pizza, wouldn't belong on a pizza. But yet, still with pizza, they go well with. Like a lot of times when you're thinking pizza toppings, you don't think of like more of like spicy sausages. You don't think of like chicken, but yet you still eat the pizza with that, and you're like, this isn't bad. So I'm thinking of those.
If you were a superhero, who would you be?
Probably Batman, just because it's not like he has some super duper special abilities, but yet he's still able to go and make an impact.
Recently, the Powerball jackpot was over $1 billion. If you had that winning ticket, what would you do with it?
I'd donate some to football so that because I've played it for 4 years. It's definitely built me as a person, as a man. So I'd definitely donate to this so that we can improve players and build them as people, not necessarily even just football players, but as people. I wouldn't spend it all right away. I have to have some savings because if you spend it all right away, you'll blow it all and then you'll be broke again. There's no point. So I'll have to save some. I'll definitely give some to my family, my relatives, probably buy a good house, maybe like an upgraded computer, stuff like that. It would just be more like simple things. I wouldn't, like, for example, go out of my way to buy like a top of the line, like Koenigsegg car. I wouldn't necessarily need that. I love a beautiful house, a big house. I'd like a good car, but I don't need like a 20-bedroom mansion.
In 5 to 10 years, what do you want people to remember Jason for?
And I care about my teammates and the fact that I was the one that was stealing the signals for the other team. Stole their signals and I was able to help our team out. Even though I wasn't a main starter, I was still contributing to the team.